Hiro Takes Charge. Hiro was enjoying himself on the island of Sodor. The engines were so pleased to have Hiro visiting them. He was a special friend to them. But Hiro's visit to the Fat Controller's railway was coming to an end. It was the day for him to go home to his railway. The engines were sad as he was going home, but hoped he would come back again soon. Hiro puffed into Knapford station. He could see the platform was full of visitors, but there was no sign of Gordon or the express. Hiro looked around. Then he saw the Fat Controller race onto the platform. The Fat Controller did not look happy at all. "Hello, sir," smiled Hiro. "How are things with you today?"
"Today has put me in too much of a rush, Hiro," said the Fat Controller. "I've too much to do."
"Oh dear," sighed Hiro. The Fat Controller turned and saw Hiro looking at him.
"What are you staring at, Hiro?"
he asked. "Well," stammered Hiro, "where's your hat?" The Fat Controller put his hand on his head and then realised he wasn't wearing his hat.
"Be right back," he said.
As he ran back to his office, Edward puffed into the station. He was pleased to see Hiro. "Hello, Hiro," he smiled. But Hiro was worried about the Fat Controller. Before Edward could ask what was wrong, the Fat Controller raced back onto the platform. But too fast, he ran into the station master, and both of them fell to the ground. "Bust my buffers!" cried Edward. "I've never seen the Fat Controller be like that before." Hiro took a deep breath and spoke. "Excuse me, sir," he said, "but can I help you, please?"
"I'm afraid there's nothing you can do to help, Hiro," explained the Fat Controller. "I am going to see Mr. Percival today. I have to discuss the timetables with him. But I also have to deliver some instructions as well. But I am going to be very late for Mr. Percival at the wharf."
Hiro was worried. Edward wheezed some steam. "I wish I could help you, Hiro," he said, "but I have to help Boko on my branch line." And he puffed away. Then Hiro had an idea. "Maybe I can help you, sir," he suggested.
"How can you help me?"
asked the Fat Controller, looking puzzled. "I could give out the instructions for you, sir," Hiro explained. "Then you can go to the wharf and meet Mr. Percival." The Fat Controller thought for a moment. Hiro wanted to help, so he agreed.
"Very well, Hiro," he said. "Now listen very carefully, please."
"Yes, sir," smiled Hiro.
"My wife has to meet me at the refreshment ladies' tea shop at the fishing village after the meeting," explained the Fat Controller.
"Refreshment ladies' tea shop," said Hiro.
"Mrs. Kyndley wants to go on a train ride," the Fat Controller went on. "She needs to go to Kirk Ronan Station to catch her train."
"Mrs. Kyndley to Kirk Ronan Station," repeated Hiro.
"And finally," the Fat Controller finished, "James is due for repairs. He needs to go to the work station."
"James to work station," said Hiro.
"Now, can you remember all that, Hiro?" asked the Fat Controller.
"I think so, sir," said Hiro. "I'll go over the instructions again and again, and I will be able to remember them well."
"Thank you, Hiro," smiled the Fat Controller. "Good luck, then. I'll be back later."
And he went for his car. Hiro whistled goodbye, and he puffed away. As he puffed along the line, he went over the instructions again. "Lady had to go to fishing village," he said. "Mrs. Kyndley to go on a train trip to Kirk Ronan, and James to go in for repairs."
"Don't worry, Hiro," said his driver. "We'll get all the instructions delivered."
Then Hiro puffed into Elsbridge Station. He could see Lady Hat on the platform. As Hiro puffed to the platform, Gordon puffed past him and stopped with the last two coaches beside him. Hiro couldn't see Lady Hat. He was worried. Then the guard blew his whistle and Gordon puffed away. As the train cleared the platform, Hiro gasped. Lady Hat was gone. Then he had a thought. "Lady Hat must have climbed on board the train," he said to himself.
"Quickly, Hiro," called the fireman. "Follow that express train."
So Hiro set off after Gordon. Gordon was a very fast engine, but Hiro was determined to give Lady Hat the message. Soon his wheels were spinning and he was puffing very fast, and after a while he soon caught up with Gordon. Hiro whistled as loud as he could. "Gordon!" he called. "Gordon, please stop!" Gordon heard Hiro, but completely misunderstood.
Hello, Hiro, he whistled back. I can't stop, I have to be on time.
Gordon was getting further and further away from Hiro, but Hiro wasn't going to give up. Must catch up, must get message through, he puffed to himself. Gordon soon arrived at Wellsworth Station. He felt very proud of himself. Hiro puffed up alongside Gordon. He was out of puff, but pleased he caught up with him. Gordon was surprised.
What's the matter, Hiro?
He asked. Is Lady Hat aboard the train? Panted Hiro.
Yes, she is, said Gordon.
1 moment, please. Gordon blew his whistle, and his driver ran to find Lady Hat. Lady Hat came back to see Gordon and Hiro.
What's the matter, Hiro?
She asked. I have a message for you from Sir Top of Hat, explained Hiro. You must go to the refreshment lady's tea shop at the fishing village. He will meet you there after his meeting. Lady Hat smiled.
Thank you, Hiro, she said. I'll go straight there.
And she left to find a taxi. Thank you, Gordon, smiled Hiro.
Happy to help,
agreed Gordon, and Hiro puffed away. Hiro puffed towards a tunnel. He was thinking about his next message. He had to find Mrs Kyndley, and her cottage was on the other side of the tunnel. Soon Hiro saw Mrs Kyndley standing by the fence. Hiro's driver stopped him beside her. Are you Mrs Kyndley? Hiro asked politely.
Yes, I am,
smiled Mrs Kyndley. Hiro smiled. Then he gave her the message. You must go to Kirkrone Station. Your train will be departing from there, he said.
Thank you, Hiro, said Mrs Kyndley, but how can I get there? I don't have any transport. My daughter and sister cannot pick me up, and I don't know where Bertie is.
Hiro thought hard. He would take Mrs Kyndley, but he was helping the Fats controller out. Then he had an idea. I'll find another engine to collect you, he suggested. I'll go and find him right now. So he set off to find another engine. Hiro searched along the line. Then he saw Stepney taking on water in a siding. Hiro puffed up alongside Stepney. Hello, Stepney, he said. Can you help me, please? Of course I can, smiled Stepney cheerfully. How can I help? Hiro told Stepney all about Mrs Kyndley and her train she needed to catch. Can you pick her up, please? Hiro asked. Just watch me, cheered Stepney, and he set off to pick up Mrs Kyndley. Hiro was very pleased with himself. Now to find James, said his driver, and Hiro set off once more. Hiro puffed towards a level crossing. He hoped James would be passing. Then there was trouble. Hiro slowed down and came to a stop. Hiro was surprised. What's happened? He cried. You've run out of water, said his fireman. We're stuck. Oh, no, groaned Hiro. Now what will I do? Just then the Fats controller arrived. He saw Hiro was looking worried. How are you getting on, Hiro? He asked. But before Hiro could answer, he heard a whistle. It was James. His parts were clanking and he was not enjoying himself. Hiro wanted to whistle, but he had no steam left. He tried calling out to James. James, stop, please, he shouted. But James didn't hear him. The Fats controller could see Hiro needed help, so he boomed out. James! James was surprised. He slowed to a stop right in front of Hiro. What's the matter, sir? He asked. I have a message for you, James, Hiro said. It's okay, Hiro. I'll take it from here, smiled the Fats controller. James, you must go to the works to be mended. You will not need to worry about clanking any more. James was very happy. Thank you, sir, he cheered, and he set off for the workstation. Hiro was pleased. Thank you, sir, smiled Hiro. If only I had enough steam to give out that message. You did very well, Hiro, smiled the Fats controller. So now I will help you. Murdoch puffed up behind Hiro. He was blocking Murdoch's way. Murdoch, can you help Hiro to the water tower, please? Said the Fats controller. Yes, sir, agreed Murdoch. and he buffered up behind Hiro and pushed him to the water tower. Later that afternoon, all the engines came to say goodbye to Hiro.
Thank you for coming back to visit us, Hiro, they said. Please come back soon.
Oh, I will, smiled Hiro. I will be very happy to come back for another visit soon.
Hiro, you certainly are a really useful engine and a credit to my railway, said the Fat Controller. Thank you for helping me out today.
My pleasure, sir, smiled Hiro. But I'll leave giving out the orders to you. The Fat Controller smiled and then nodded.
Time to go, Hiro, said the driver. It's home time.
Goodbye, everyone, whistled Hiro. I will never forget any of you. And he puffed away out of the station. Everyone cheered and whistled as Hiro puffed into the distance. Hiro gave one last loud whistle. He felt very proud to have friends like the Fat Controller's engines. I certainly am a really useful engine, he sighed happily. And he was too.